Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Delaney and today we're going to be talking about everything to know about Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I'm still in like disbelief that we're actually getting like a new Zelda game this year, and it's a game that is starring Zelda. This is such a wonderful surprise. I just expected that we probably wouldn't get one until we got like the new Switch successor, and Nintendo has actually been very forthcoming with like lots of information about Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I know there is a lot of like discourse about like how she's gonna be as a playable character, is she gonna have a sword. We're gonna go through all the things Nintendo has said about Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Before I get started, my name is Delaney. I love talking about video games. I'm over here chilling in this corner of the internet doing live streams, cozy vlogs, all around cozy gaming things, and if you want to hang out, like and subscribe, and let's get started. First, we're gonna talk about the story of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. There hasn't been a lot revealed about storyline, to be honest. Like, it's still pretty much what we've seen in the main trailer. So the story right now, after a battle with Ganon, Link and others in the kingdom, including the king, have been sucked into these dark rifts that have formed all around the kingdom of Hyrule, and leaving Hyrule in dire need of a hero, and that hero happens to be Zelda herself. Zelda teams up with this mysterious new creature called Tri, who gives her this magical tool called the Tri Rod, which she can use to make these things called echoes, where she can duplicate like everyday random objects or even monsters and enemies. So that is pretty much the story that we know so far of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So the setting, it will be in Hyrule, of course, and it does have a variety of new and old faces that I've noticed. So you still have Goron City, you have Gerudo, you even have Zora, but I did notice that there are two different types of Zora, and they also are going through it seems like a type of turmoil, which I think is very interesting. I can't wait to see like how that dispute works. Another thing when it comes to the setting is, since that Hyrule has been invaded with these dark rifts, there are portals that Zelda can jump into called the Still World to be able to like save like citizens that have fallen into the portals. You can also find dungeons and different types of like puzzles and mechanics to be able to interact with. I think that it looks really so interesting because it basically kind of definitely gives me similar vibes to like Tears of the Kingdom, and how they have the underground layers of Hyrule and the above ground layers. So I really think that it's so interesting. There's going to be two different aspects of like the gameplay and how you traverse the different areas. So I'm really excited to see that. So what we're going to get into next is gameplay. I feel like with the gameplay, it looks a little bit more creative and more thinking out of the box than like a regular top-down Zelda game that we gotten before. So some of the gameplay, there are a few different things that the Tri Rod allows you to do, including the echoes, which is where you can duplicate the items, which I mentioned before. There's another one called Bind, which Zelda can use to help bind herself to objects, like moving objects or even objects that are in her way. She can bind to the object to move it out of the way. Kind of reminiscent to powers that you gain in Tears of the Kingdom. It has a similar mechanic to it. There's like also a time limited mechanic called Sword Fighter form, which is when Zelda can inhabit, seems like the spirit of Link, to be able to use his sword fighting skills to defeat certain enemies, I guess, that you wouldn't be able to normally use with echoes. It seems it is a time limited thing where you have to kind of like level it up so you can get longer time with it. So when it comes to like that form, you kind of have to use it very sparingly and use it as like a when it's like your last resort kind of thing, which I kind of think is cool. I know a lot of people were like, the first thing anyone asked about, including me, was like, is Zelda gonna have a sword? Like, is she going to fight? Part of me was like, I wanted her to be similar to Link, but also I do see Zelda, because it's like Zelda is a part of the Triforce. Her Triforce is wisdom, so it doesn't make a lot of sense that Nintendo would decide to like kind of give her more of a like use your words kind of way of fighting, which honestly I think is really creative and it really thinks outside of the box. But I do think it's cool that they give her an option to at least have a little bit of a sword fighting. Another thing that you can do are these things called automatons, which are basically like wind up objects that Zelda can like collect and use in battles and use to like get through certain areas and things like that, which I think looks really interesting, especially when it comes to like collecting all these different types of variety of things. I do think it's so interesting that a lot of like the gameplay from like Tears of the Kingdom, and like I want to say more so from Tears of the Kingdom than Breath of the Wild, are like being like used in in some like spirit form on in Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I've noticed like even down to like the UI, just really interesting that the Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild has such an impact on the Zelda franchise. So outside of gameplay, some other things that you can do are like side quests, which I love. I'm really happy that's being utilized as well. Another mechanic they introduced is you can ride a horse. So you can call a horse by using the echo of a carrot to call a horse to be able to take you around the map if you want to get around quicker, which I think is also really cute. I just think everything, some of these gameplay mechanics are just so charming. And another one of my favorite gameplay mechanics that they mentioned is that there is going to be a dress up. We all know how much I love Zelda in the dressing up aspects of it, which I always say it's pretty much a dress up game. I'm glad that you are going to get a variety of like clothing items for Zelda to dress up in, and I cannot wait to be able to collect those items as well and find those around the map. Actually been getting really more and more excited the more information I've seen about Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, so I actually pre-ordered and I can't wait. I also wanted to talk about some pre-orders that I've seen. There actually aren't as many as I expected there would be. I pre-ordered from Best Buy in the US, and it does come with like a little acrylic stand. I would like something when it comes to like pre-ordering a game. I did see GameStop has like a little mini poster, that a fabric poster that comes with like pre-orders, but I haven't seen anything else pop up. Usually sometimes Target like the week of tells you about what their pre-order for games are gonna be, and it's usually to go in stores to pick it up. So it's not technically a pre-order, but I guess it's day of. That's a few of the pre-orders that I've seen so far. I'm really excited to be able to check out Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I will be live streaming it. You can like look out for my announcement of my live stream. I hope that this has been helpful to anyone who's on the fence about Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. See you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.